Okay, so in the assignment and on other assignments, I've given you examples of claim, counterclaim, and rebuttals. So you begin with the claim, and your claim is your point of view without saying I or me. And you need to look at whatever the prompt is asking you to do. So this prompt is asking you to determine what you believe is the world's greatest challenge that is faced today. Then you need to turn that question into your claim. It is one sentence long. It answers the question. So, what is the largest? Some people would say climate change, but it's an argumentative. So, you just have to say climate change is the world's most current and largest challenge. These are the key words from the prompt. Today means it has to be current. It has to be a challenge or problem. It must be worldwide, which means that it affects many countries around the globe. And it has to be the largest, what you consider the largest. There are people that will consider something other than climate change to be the largest. So here's the claim. You can use other words than largest, biggest, most important, as long as it's similar to what it's saying up here. The counterclaim is what other people, so in your argument, in your research, you need to figure out what other people may believe is the largest worldwide issue. With climate change, it could also be that some scientists, and there's some data out there that goes against that it's the largest issue. So climate change can have a different type of counterclaim, but for many of the other worldwide problems, like human trafficking, you wouldn't say that um, people wouldn't say that some people believe it's not an issue at all. So what you would use is for down here with human trafficking, you would use a different worldwide problem as your counterclaim. So it is the opposite from your claim. So a counterclaim must start with a transition into a counterclaim. You never say this is the counterclaim. You are writing an academic paper and you need to use transition words that point out to the reader that it's the opposite or opposite viewpoint, which means counterclaim. So, on the other hand, other people believe that human trafficking, so you have to name a different viewpoint, is the world's biggest problem. I'm asking you that you have evidence of a counterclaim in your counterclaim. So, do something is the name of the title of the website. I found this information. I put this in italics because that's the proper way to cite it. And then I put the one piece of evidence, just one, in quotation marks. So, this is one sentence long. This is one sentence long. Ultimately, you will come up with a rebuttal once we start writing an essay. The rebuttal starts with a transition word. It has another website title name, it's in italics, and it has more evidence to refute or counter the counterclaim so that your argument ultimately in your essay. For right now, we are just writing the graphic organizer, but at some point you'll be writing a paper, an editorial, or an essay. So I put it all together. Here's another example. But those are all the parts that you need to have effective and proper claims, counterclaims, and rebuttals.